ഭാരതത്തിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ ഏതാനും വർഷങ്ങൾക്കിടയിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ചിത്രമാണ് ദി കാശ്മീർ ഫയൽസ്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ ഭാരതത്തിലെ ചിന്താ സരണികളിൽ വലിയൊരു പ്രകമ്പനം സൃഷ്ടിച്ച ഒരു ചിത്രം. കാശ്മീരി പണ്ഡിറ്റുകളുടെ ഇതുവരെ ലോകമറിയാത്ത, എന്തിന് ലോകമറിയും ഭാരതം തന്നെ അറിയാത്ത കഥയുടെ അവർ കടന്നുപോയ കനൽ വഴികളുടെ ചിത്രമായിരുന്നു ദി കാശ്മീർ ഫയൽസ്. ദി കാശ്മീർ ഫയൽസ് എന്ന ഈ ഇതിഹാസ ചിത്രത്തിൻ്റെ സംവിധായകനും മേക്കറുമായ ശ്രീ വിവേക് അഗ്നിഹോത്രി ഇന്ന് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ട്, തത്വമയി ടിവിയോടൊപ്പം ഉണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് നമുക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാം. ഹലോ സർ.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you and welcome to Kerala. You are in the land of Adi Shankaracharya and you know that Adi Shankara has a Kashmir connection. So, as the maker of the Kashmir Files, how do you feel to be in Kerala? What is your initial response regarding the reception of the Kashmir Files in Kerala?
Okay. So, before I start, I want to thank you very much, especially you and the Tatwamayi channel.
Thank you.
You have done an exceptional job for the service of the nation, the way you promoted the film, the way you stood by me, supported me. For that, I really thank you, your channel, your management, and all your listeners. Okay, I am a great follower of Adi Shankaracharya.
Right.
I speak normally on a grammar.
Oh.
And what is it that Adi Shankaracharya's philosophy in one word? It is about oneness. Everything is one. Exactly. Right? There is no dualism.
Exactly.
Right? So it's about non-dualism. And that is the message I want to convey with my films, about oneness. So you asked me how I am feeling in Kerala. Now what has happened recently that in rest of other states and other places, a lot of people have started feeling as if Kerala is getting little separated from India in terms of integrity and unity. And I want to convey a message through all my films, through everything which I do, that we are all one. At least as a society, as a culture, as a civilization, as our belief system, and as a nation, we are one. We cannot go for global oneness and the universal oneness if you don't start the oneness from your own family. So therefore, today I am in such a holy place, Kerala. It's called the country of gods, or God's own country. And it actually is God's own country. But the problem is that the gods are on leave right now. Gods are taking a little holiday in Kerala. And I want gods to come back and save Kerala from a very radical ideology, which is leftist ideology, which I call urban nexus. And if I can make the youth of this state aware about the dangers of urban naxalism, that would be my great service to Adi Shankaracharya's philosophy of oneness.
Great. It's true that yes, Kerala is a very hostile place for nationalist sort of thinking and nationalist sort of work. So when we took up this campaign over social media and in the ground, we also faced many questions. Now you say that it's your film says about oneness, the message of oneness that you try to give. But many people here in Kerala said just the opposite. They said it's divisive in nature. It's a propaganda film. You are trying to paint one particular community in a very bad color. In fact, some of the people, one person I spoke to, he was telling me, Kashmir is a very long years of struggle, and you have just taken a small cluster where the exodus and the killings of Kashmiri Pandits happened. Your comment on that?
Okay, divisive. Did I kill people?
No.
Who killed people? 100% Hindu land where Adi Shankaracharya went, where there is a Shankaracharya hill. Why there is no Hindu over there? Who's dividing? I am not dividing anything. They divided. Kashmir was integral part of India. They said Ralif, Khalif, Shalif, which means convert to Islam, run or die. I didn't do it. If I am imagining and doing something, then you can call me divisive.
True.
How can the messenger be a bad person? I am just bringing the news. I am just telling you what these people have hidden for so long.
True.
So, and the long struggle, The long struggle is whose? Of the people who are forced to leave Kashmir, not the people who are still living there. What is their struggle? Their struggle is nothing. They want to be free from India. Is that their struggle? What is their struggle? The struggle is of Hindus in Kashmir who from 100% population are 0% population today in long struggle of 700-800 years.
That's true. But they also point out that you paint that particular community in a way that
Which particular community?
Muslim community. To tell you that
In my film, I have not used the word Muslim.
you have not.
I have not used the word Pakistan. I have only focused on terrorists.
That was intentional.
So,
Not using the name.
no, because I don't think that all Muslims are terrorists. I have nothing to do with Muslims. It's another thing that when I say terrorist, why some people think of Muslims? Why don't they think of Buddhists? Why don't they think of Jains and Sikhs?
No, they say that there are secular Muslims who are opposed to terrorism in Kashmir Valley itself. But
Why don't they speak up?
you never mentioned anything about
But they don't speak up. Name one secular Muslim in Kashmir. Name one.
So
I
you-
challenge you. Tell me somebody who opposes
it.
terrorism.
So you mean to say that all are sympathizing with
Anybody who's silent to oppression is part of oppression. Anybody who's silent to terrorism is part of terrorism.
Vivek ji, what was your real challenge in making this film? I know that there were efforts and some people had planned about making a film on Kashmiri Pandits long back in Bollywood itself, but they never took up that challenge. What made you take up this great challenge? Because there was lot of chances of you being branded as a Sanghi, communal, all these criticism you must have expected beforehand.
Okay, so let me ask you one question. There was a debate yesterday about Uniform Civil Code.
Yes.
Then the Muslim board, personal law board, has opposed it. They said this is against minorities. Okay? How many Muslims are in India? 20 crore. Which are the real minorities of India? Sikhs, Jains, Parsis, Jews, Christians. They have not objected. They have not objected.
Only
But,
Muslims.
but a community which is actually a majority, but they call themselves a minority,
Sure.
right? Why are they objecting? What is their problem with Uniform Civil Code? When they go to America, what do they follow? Uniform Civil Code, or they have a Sharia law there? So this kind of double standard has to be exposed.
That was your inspiration to take up this challenge.
My inspiration is integrity of India. I am a follower of Swami Vivekananda and I follow his path. Swami Vivekananda said that give me 100 people, 100 young people and I will change India. I don't know whether he got 100 people or not, but I am one of them.
Definitely. One more thing which I want to ask. Having seen this film more than once as a viewer, my question is that for you, the challenge also should have been that this film at any point of time, it had a chance of slipping into a documentary mode. But that never happened. You tried to tell a human interest story and also you tried to tell a politically inspiring story. So how did you keep that balance? Was it a conscious effort or?
No. If your intention is correct, you will make a correct thing. In cinema, director cannot hide his own biases. Simple.
That's true.
Right? We never thought that, okay, we should not talk about Muslims because it was not in our mind. In our film, so many Muslims were working. Our unit was full of Muslims.
Oh.
I have so many close Muslim friends. I'm always working with Muslims. I have no problems with Muslims. I have problem with terrorism. Right? So, and as far as documentary is concerned, because whatever we know about Kashmir is from political lens or from media lens. I was looking at it purely from a human angle. I wanted to tell the pain and suffering of people who were killed and who were made to leave Kashmir.
You boldly said that this is not fiction, this is based on real facts.
Of course.
How much imagination have you mixed in this, or how much liberty as a filmmaker you have taken?
Okay, so there is zero imagination, but there is liberty, which is a legitimate way of making cinema. So there is creative liberty, which is, it was impossible for me to show so many incidents happening at different times to different people. Then it would have become a documentary. So we wanted to avoid that. So we took the creative liberty, which is a legitimate technique of making movie. I created one timeline and put every thing over there. Picked up many 3-4 different characters, make them one character. Because here, the idea was to tell the human tragedy more than anything else.
I heard that the protagonist, the young boy, he is a real life character. Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. His name is Himanshu Ganju. He lives in America.
It's true that he never knew about what happened to his parents.
It's true. He didn't know till he was about 18 or 19 years old. He had no idea. And his name is Himanshu Ganju. And now he speaks openly about it.
It's really frightening to hear that how people can hide history. So recent history from the public eye, isn't it?
Yeah, if such recent history is hidden from people, think about Mopla.
Yes.
Think about Bengal.
I was coming to that also.
Yeah.
I hope you are aware of 1921 genocide that happened in Kerala.
Yes, I am more aware than lots of people in Kerala.
That's great to know. I hope you will take some documentary or some project based on this one day.
Who knows, my next film may have it.
Maybe. One more thing, Anupam Kher, was that choice made consciously again? And you made his face painted in blue for a performance kind of thing. I heard that nothing of that drama happens there. Was it done purposely or was it some symbolism you were trying to?
Both. Kashmiri Pandit community worship Shiva, and they have a big Shivratri festival. Now, I had gone to one function, and there, this young boys, they had become Shiva. They had painted they were acting the role of Shiva, and that's where I got the idea from. I said, why not use it? Because Kashmiri culture means Shiva.
True. How did you discuss this first time with Anupam Kherji? What was his response?
See, when I wrote the script, I didn't think of any actor. I just wrote the script. But then I realized that somebody needs to speak Kashmiri, somebody has to look Kashmiri, who can be better than him. So I approached him, I met him in America, in New York. I drove to his house myself. And when I told him the story, he started crying. And then when he read the script, he called me and he said, the whole night I couldn't sleep and I've been crying. I am not sure whether I should do it or not, because if I am going to do it, I'll keep crying on the set. What's the point? That's how.
But he did it.
Good job.
Very good job. You had an infatuation for Naxal or left liberal movement in the time. Now you are being called a Sanghi or a BJP supporter or whatever it is.
That is fine. See, these people call everybody, whoever doesn't agree with them, they give them labels. These leftist people are very good with labeling. And they call everybody communal. But if you look at the history of India, who are the most communal people? These are the most communal people.
Why so?
Because if you see any kind of a communal problem anywhere, it is always instigated by the leftist people. Always, historically speaking.
You mean to say that they are a threat to the society, actually, leftist ideology?
Of course, not our society, to the entire world. In America, the biggest problem today is leftists. In Europe, the biggest problem is leftists. All over the world, if you see, leftist ideology is the most radical ideology. And you take the left out, trust me, the Islamic terrorism will also dilute.
True.
Because these people are never happy with happiness. They are never happy with success. They don't like peace. They always want the world to believe that there is a problem. Then only they can survive. They talk about class struggle. Today, all these problems they talk about actually don't exist in India.
True. One last question. You had Tashkent files, you had Delhi files now. Kashmiri files. Now you are going to have Delhi files. Can you just give us a hint about what the film will be? Is it 1984 riots or is it something that happened before?
I can't tell much, but this film is going to surprise everyone. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Vivek ji, for being with us today. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.